Well done. Now that you have landed a job interview for the position of a project manager, I'm pretty sure you're going to prepare well and you're going to do well. If you need any help in terms of project management concepts, then do check out other videos on this channel. Just use the search bar and you will find a concept related video on project management that you are looking for. Also, check out our FAQ video series. It is called the Lounge Fever series. Check out the playlist section of this channel and you're going to find answers to some of the tricky questions that interviewers might ask. But that's just one part of the story. The other part of the story is, what about questions that you should ask the interview? And that is precisely what we are going to talk about in this video. This video is part of our Lounging Around series. The videos in this series are not going to help you with your PMP exam as such, but these videos are going to help you with real life situations, real life project management. So check out the first link in the description. That is where you will find all other videos that we have done in the Lounging Around series. With that being clear, that being said, let me tell you the 5 questions that you should definitely ask your prospective employer when it comes to the final part of your interview, when they say, do you have any questions for us? Let's get started. So question one is pretty basic, and it is very likely that you're already asking some form of this question in your interviews already. What are the type of projects I will deliver? And what this means is not just the deliverable of the project or the end result of the project. You can also take this question up a notch and ask the type of project, in the sense, are these strategic projects? That means, let's say your organization has taken over another organization, which has resulted into a list of projects, and those are strategic projects which make sure that the two companies are integrated. There could be technology related projects. Your company is moving from on-premise to cloud, and there are migration projects. There could be customer facing projects, in the sense that the organization basically provides some kind of services to the customers, and your projects are enhancing those services. Or it is possible that there are internal projects, right? Like, for example, a company is coming up with another office, and you are the IT project manager who is responsible to make sure the IT side of requirements for coming up with a new office are taken care of, right? So there are different type of projects you might be involved in, and it is very helpful if you know upfront the type of projects you are going to deliver, and where does a specific project lie. Is it a strategic project, an internal project, customer facing project, and whatnot, right? uh, Obviously it is helpful to know what is the end goal of the usual projects that project managers do in a certain organization, but it is also helpful to understand the type of projects as well. So now that you have a basic idea about the type of projects you're going to work on, it is even more helpful if you know more about the projects. For example, what is the scale of the project that you're going to deal with? Are these local, regional, global projects, right? For example, if you work in an organization, or you are getting interviewed for an organization that has offices globally, and the project that you are going to work on is basically to move uh, a certain application from on-premise to cloud, and that application is used by every single office globally, then obviously the scale of the project is a global scale. So you will have even more clarity in terms of the impact your project is going to have and the scale of your project. Then also it is helpful if you know what is the team size, what are the budgets involved in usual projects that project managers do. Now, in all probability, no interviewer is going to tell you the exact team size or the exact budget, but they can give you a rough idea for sure. And rough idea is what you're looking for. Remember, when an interviewer asks you whether you have any questions for them, it is a good opportunity to display that you are interested in this role and you want to know more about this role. And this is where, if you probe more about the projects, you will appear confident, you will appear interested in this role and the kind of projects that this role is required to deliver. Quick reminder, if you're looking to brush up your project management concepts before this interview, check out our PM 101 training program. Everything's free. Head over to this link, pmclounge.com/PM101. This is based on the latest PMBOK Guide Edition 7. Check it out. Okay, question number three that you can ask the interviewer is, are project managers fully dedicated to projects or are there additional responsibilities? And again, when you ask this question, it is to basically show that you are interested in this role. It is not to show that you do not want additional responsibilities. So you can frame this question in a different way if you don't want to sound too direct. But again, the intention is to understand the kind of job you are going to perform, right? Are you going to be just doing project management and are you going to be just working on projects, or are there additional responsibilities? You might be required to host a global call, you might be required to look into other initiatives, and you need to basically make sure that you are sounding like a candidate who is interested in other responsibilities as well, who is not running away from additional responsibility, but who simply wants to know if there are any additional responsibilities, right? So that is the whole intention. And if you get to know that there are additional responsibilities and you are not comfortable with taking up those additional responsibilities, you have your clue then and there, right? So you just want to do project management and you see that there are additional responsibilities that come up as part of this job and you are not interested in them, then it's your call whether you want to move ahead with this job role or not. Question number four, organization structure. So, who do project managers report to? Both direct line and dotted line. See, what happens is it is possible that project managers report to a manager or a director of project management or a program manager, right? But it is also possible that in terms of dotted lines, you are also reporting to the sponsor of the project, or you are also reporting to the engineering director, or you are also reporting to the director of product management in certain product based companies, right? So it always is helpful if you know, in addition to who your direct manager is going to be, it is always helpful if you know the dotted line reporting that you as a project manager is supposed to do, because this is all about identifying stakeholders, right? So on the first day of your job, you would know if you're speaking to the director of product management as a project manager, and you know that you are expected to report to this person in the form of dotted line, then you know the kind of questions you should be asking and you are prepared for that meeting on the first day of the job. So always it is advisable that you know your organization structure, who do you report to directly and dotted line wise as well. Finally, the last question that you can ask the job interviewer is, what is the PM career path, the project manager career path in the organization? And how about the senior project managers within the organization? Are they managing larger, more complex projects, or are they managing multiple projects at the same time, right? So that is also something which is going to give you a good idea in terms of how you want to grow in this organization, right? And where do you see yourself in a few years, right? Few years down the line, how do you see yourself growing in the organization, the career path as well as in terms of the work? So that is again a good question to ask the interviewer. Now, you don't have to ask all these five questions to the first interviewer that you meet, obviously you can ask a question or two based on the time that you have, and then perhaps in the future rounds you can basically shoot these questions and you can get to know more about the job role. Finally, question for this video: what other questions would you like to add to this list? Let me know in the comments. Definitely looking forward to your answers. So that's all that we had in this video. Like, share, subscribe if you got value out of it. Always feel free to check out our website pmclounge.com for more videos and articles around project management. If you like our work, consider contributing at pmclounge.com/contribute or use the thanks button on YouTube. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.